Hello, hello. Nice to see you, Jonas and Q. And yes, I feel like launching into song. So basically, today, Hugo, nice to see you. So today, we are going to take on this amazing app called chalk.ist, which is so cool. Hey everyone, Anbu, nice, Atarana, Samir, Yanmo, nice to see you again. We are taking on this challenge, which is that this is this very cool app, chalk.ist, and and do I have Gatling credit? I do actually. I still have Gatling credit. But this is not a nuxt app. It's not. It's not a nuxt app. So I want to make it a nuxt app. And I did get permission first, but I thought it would be a fun thing to do, and maybe even helpful. Who knows? So, but if not, that's also fine. Right. So we have chalk.ist, which is on here. And I've not looked at the code at all, so like you'll have to bear with me here to make sure this actually it might not work very well. We'll see. I want to yeah, okay, let's go for it. So here we go. We have a repo, and I'm going to go and actually I'll oops. And I'm just going to clone / fork the repo here. Abel, Claw, nice to see you. Todd, what a pleasure. Nice to see you as well. Okay, so yes, I would like to clone the fork. I'm gonna have to have a look around and see what it actually looks like as a repo. Okay, so here we go. This is our repository. Seems pretty straightforward. We've got a public folder, we've got a source folder. I'm feeling this is going to be, I'm going to be quite optimistic. Well, so honestly, converting it to nuxt should be extremely straightforward. I'm not expecting this to be a difficult process. So, well, we'll see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, actually, ooh, prettier config inline in the package.json. Well, hey, Miguel. Nice to see you. Okay, we've got lots of stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Ooh, interesting. Get repo. Reaper, nice to see you. And I am using a Mac Studio, which is my desktop computer. Michelle, nice to see you. Hello. The Mac specs. A date for skiing. I do actually. I'm fully planning to do that, but thanks for the prompt. Yeah, that is going to be fun. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I want to see what the page speed is of chalk.ist just beforehand, to make sure that we don't introduce any regressions or anything like that. Maybe we improve things. Woof! Nice to see you. Algora's chat is doing its thing again, so I'm going to pull in restream. There we go. So hopefully messages appear properly. Andrew, nice to see you. Okay, so we've got our. This is a classic example of a, some core web vitals that aren't necessarily don't match my experience. Like they're saying, oh, it's slow INP, a long LCP, but for this kind of app, that doesn't matter. Anyway, but we're going to do our best. Okay, Enrique, nice to see you. Right, so we're going to convert this. So the first thing to do, I think, is I'm just going to install nuxt, and we are actually have not installed anything. It's pnpm, so we're just going to install nuxt. Okay. It's also going to install everything else because I haven't yet run this install package for the repo. Do I have a date for skiing? Not yet. Okay, cool. So we've got lots of things here. Lots of Vite config, that is. And Abel, were you was that you who made the offer? And are you serious about it? And if so, how many people can you accommodate? How many people can you accommodate? Like that's the other question. I think even if we have a smaller first one this year, maybe we do something else in future. You know, it doesn't have to be skiing all the time, but we could do a summer thing too. Because honestly, this seems like 13 people. Cool. Okay, we'll talk. A Svelte stream. You think? Oh, yeah, I could convert some Svelte stuff to, couldn't I? Right. So what are we going to do? So okay, we have several plugins, and we're just going to have to make sure that these, like, this is going to be the most complicated bit of it. So we're going to create a nuxt config to start with, and it's going to have export default, define nuxt config. Okay, so there we go. That's our nuxt config, and we're also going to need to update our ts config here. Okay, there's nothing special about this, so I'm just going to say extends .nuxt tsconfig.json. So that's the nuxt generated one, and we can delete the other one here. So if I now run nuxt prepare, I will now have a tsconfig to extend from there, and now types will start working. So we have our nuxt config here, and we want to basically make sure we replicate all the other stuff that we might need. So looks like the first thing we have is a Tailwind setup. So we're just going to add Tailwind CSS to our project. Hey, Kevin, nice to see you. Okay, so what are you saying, Michelle? You can remove a comment. Oh, Frozen Spirit, Mate. Okay, browser, I'm using Arc. And yes, exactly, Reaper is on top of that. Our PNPM is so fast and great offline support, and it reduces your disk space usage because it shares the hard links between your different installs. I have tried Zen browser. Do you mean Algolia or do you mean Algora? Because they are very similar. Okay, so we have Tailwind CSS now, and we can actually just set up this Tailwind CSS config. I guess it's here. We don't need plugin. I think it's already there. And I think, yeah. Okay, so I think we should be fine. We have this source folder here, and so I'm just going to decrease the change needed. I'm just going to say source stir as source to start with. And what else am I going to do? Cool. So we have our Tailwind CSS and auto prefixer. Those are both configured by nuxt. Our alias, this alias is already respected by nuxt. We need the icons resolver, it seems, from unplug in icons and view that. Okay, that's just Vite plugin view, we're fine. Vite plugin PWA, we're going to need to set that up as well. And PNPM is faster than Yarn in my current experience. I used to be a diehard Yarn fan. Okay, so we don't need that. The SSG, I think that's also not required. The optimized depths, we can we'll see if we need them. They might be required. And I guess we can come back in a moment to icons and components. But for now, this app.view, we're going to just make, I guess we could have kept the casing, but this is fine. We have our components, and in honesty, we can probably remove some of the stuff. We should be able to get rid of this and that. So I think that is all that is required in this file. And our main, so all of these CSS files we can just add directly to a nuxt config. So we'll just do it like this. That will be, I guess, in the source directory. And okay, there's Pinia, so we want to install the Pinia module as well. And we'll probably also want to handle the PWA in a moment. So I don't think any more from here is required. Good. Okay. Okay, so what happens? It's not going to work because we still haven't set up the icon configuration yet. But let's just run the dev server and see if anything works. Yeah, it's going to warn me that vite config exists. And okay. Okay, well, interesting. We have some things. What are we missing? Icons and button and stuff like that. Okay, so basically what was our vite config about these components? So we had, yeah, icons resolver. Basically unplug-in icons. Let's have a look at unplug-in icons. So this, I wonder if this would work, how this works in relation to the nuxt icon module, because Anthony did also create that recently. Let's just have a look and see if there's a... Oh, there is actually, it seems, a nuxt integration for this. Okay. Okay, how do we do that? Is there a documentation? Frameworks. View 3. This is very weird. Okay, it says it supports nuxt, but maybe that was some time previously. No, here it is, nuxt. Okay, nuxt 3. Okay, so we just have this. And so we just need to stick this in here. We have our modules. We're going to add unplug-in icons nuxt. And it takes some options. And it looks like we could pass the vite component resolver thing. Right. I guess let's do that just to start with. So we have this components thing. We'll stick that in here. So we'll have our vite plugins, and then we'll pass the same vite plugin across. So, oops. We need our icons resolver as well. Okay, let's see if that does anything for us. Hey, Citro. Okay, failed to resolve component. I'm guessing that's the same kind of error I'm getting here. For goodness sake. Okay. Why? Oh, interesting. Menu canvas sidebar. So these actually should be recognized as components. Let's have a look. We have menu canvas sidebar. Okay, so maybe we don't need this as a separate thing. Okay, let's just drop that out. We have our source directory, we have our modules, our CSS. Hey, Patrick. We are converting chalk.ist to chalk.ist. Hey, and Fuzzy, sorry, I'm missing people's comments because of this sort of ridiculous chat situation. We're converting chalk.ist to nuxt is the idea. And hopefully it's going to be welcome. We'll see. Okay, so where are we? Okay, we're still getting this window title. Oh, I see, because it's in components UI. Okay, we can fix that. So we basically have some UI shared. I see what it is. Okay, so let's try this instead. So nuxt allows us to do that, to basically specify component directories. So we can just say that will be scanned. And at the moment, we add prefixes, right? So what we can say is we want components as our base, but we also want components shared, and we want components UI. And I think probably each individual one of them will be a separate requirement. Oh, and just while I'm converting it, I'm going to set SSR false, just in case there are any issues with server rendering. Like that one looks like it says HTML element is not defined in here, which probably isn't. It's not available. Yeah, it's not available on the, we'll just say object in this case, actually. Right. Okay. Right, stuff is starting to come through. We're getting some things displaying, but I think we also need to have UI editor, UI sidebar, and so on. So let's just configure those as well. So we have sidebar. Window? No. Okay, that should be enough, I think, of the components. And let's see. Hey, Neurixius. Sound, okay. Sound seems okay. Right, okay. Stuff is starting to display. Bear in mind, this is what it's meant to look like. So we're sort of gradually getting there. I think it seems to me like we're missing some icons. Makes sense. Because we didn't add the icon resolver maybe. So let's just see if there's anything we need to do with SSR, see if that works. Cool. Okay, so SSR is working fine. And our code is looking beautiful, but we've got some issues with, this is styling. Okay, so we have some issues with styling, and we also have, these icons. So let's see how we're going to resolve that. I guess we need this. I thought that unplugging icons nuxt would do the trick for us, but it's not quite. Okay, let's try adding back this configuration that we had previously and see if that makes the difference. Okay. having icons now. Okay, that's good. Right, so, okay, so we're not having any more of the, but we still have our styling problem, right? So this needs to be styled a bit differently. That's probably very straightforward. You don't have to do that. This is because I'm taking on an existing project and trying to change it as little as possible. So these are all, like the way the components are set up here, they're in directories. So normally nuxt would have this be accessed as like shared button, shared input, shared number input, etc. But because obviously I don't want to go and do a big search and replace throughout the code base. So instead I'm just saying this is the same as the source, like the root directory for the components, which means that you can access them as just, you know, button or whatever. So like this is definitely not something you need to do. Okay, so we have tailwind config. I bet this is what it is. So we have so we have index.html. So we need to convert all of this out. Yeah, okay, this is probably what it is. So we have our body attributes here. So we can go in our nuxt config and say app head body attrs, and then it has some classes. Okay, so that is going to be acceptable, as in that's what we're going to need. We're also going to want to point our tailwind config to our nuxt config.ts file. We are not going to need index anymore, and that seems reasonable. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. Like this is it, right? That is the app. Gabriel, nice to see you. Great. It feels like this should have been more complicated, but we're up and running with extremely little time on the clock. It's been 23 minutes and we have converted this project to Nuxt. Let's make some changes. So we're going to need to get ignore.nuxt and .output. And we can delete our vite config, which isn't required anymore. Oh, we need to get vite plugin PWA set up. And we might need these to include these in optimized apps. So we'll set that up here. We're going to include these view use dependencies. And I don't think we need to do anything with view demi. Okay, so we just need our vite plugin PWA, and I think we're set. These are all working. Conveniently, vite plugin PWA also has a Nuxt integration. So we just need to, hey Martin, nice to see you. We just need to set this up, and it's pretty straightforward. So we do that. And this is going to very hopefully install and add another module for us. And now we can delete our vite config. What else? We don't need index.html anymore, but we should probably make sure all of the head metadata is correct. Oh, also we need HTML attributes. So and lang n. Great. And then we need this head metadata, which we're going to stick in here. Okay, and then that will be all we need from index.html. We can get rid of this components.d.ts. I think that's not being generated by Nuxt anymore. I mean, by the unplugin. Good. Oh, it is being, there is something that's being generated. We should probably ignore that. Okay. Okay. So, okay, so where are we then? Right, we need to add this head metadata, and we also will use nuxt scripts to handle umami here. So we're going to do that. Module add scripts will handle correctly loading the tracking. Origin, nice to see you. And yeah, we need all of the rest of this though. So we're going to use let's see. We'll have meta, and we'll have link, and I guess title. Okay, this is where Copilot should hopefully appear and help us. So there's our title. Great. We need a viewport. I think this is actually the default viewport, but great. We need our icons. We, by the way, don't have to define this here in AppHead. We could just do it in app.view. We could actually copy and paste this and it would work fine. But I prefer, it's often nicer to have it programmatically defined. So here we're going to say rel is going to be icon. Come on. Okay, that's fine. We're going to need to do Apple Touch icon as well. This actually might be done automatically by plugin PWA, but I can't recall. Okay, that and that. And we have our description. We have our Twitter card. Great. Twitter title. Great. And we need a few more things. We'll refactor, for goodness sake, it's quite a lot. Okay, we need, let's just move this up. Hopefully get Copilot to do some auto-completion at length for me. Come on, do this. Copilot. Come on. There we go. Come on. Take it away. Why is this taking so long? This, I feel like this is basically, yeah, okay. You produce convert above HTML to JSON. Like, it would be honestly faster just to copy and paste this. At this point, I really feel. Oh. Yep, it did stuff. Oh, did I get rid of it? Right. Okay, it did it. Great. Thank you for the prompt. That was very helpful. Okay, so we've got our contents here, all the way down to OG description. No, we don't, for goodness sake. We're going to do the same with these. So thank you. What did you say? Command I. Cool. Yikes, what is it doing? I think it's over converting. Stop. It's basically reproducing the whole thing. Gabriel, that's very kind of you. Okay, so I'm just, this is all I actually cared about. So let's drop this, please. I think that's it. We can confirm in a moment. And right, then we're going to want to do our scripts. So basically our scripts here, so we're going to do scripts and we're going to use the globals. We're going to say this is a global script. We're going to call it umami, and it's going to be that's an array, I guess. Is it an array? No, it is not. Umami should be, no, that it is fine. I just haven't done it yet. Okay, so source is going to be this. And we have a data website ID. And we also have, okay, the defer attribute. We can ignore that. So basically, we're going to want to talk about when we want this to load. So our trigger, or what is it? Strategy? Come on. What is our pattern here? We basically want to say that, where is it? Okay, scripts.nuxt.com. We can load scripts in a couple of different ways. Citro, no, I didn't see. What did I see? Speak to me. Oh, the deprecated pending value. I think we're keeping pending for Nuxt 4, so you don't need to worry about it for now. Okay, it's triggering script loading. We're going to have global. Oh, it's the second option, isn't it? So basically, I think I need to do this and then set trigger, and we'll say on Nuxt ready. So in other words, don't load the script until everything is hydrated. So this is less important than everything else, is what we're trying to communicate. So now it might also be that we already have a recipe for umami. So I should just check that. Do we have an umami registry item? We don't. Okay, so that's fine. Cool. So this is good. Yeah, this is good. I guess we're going to need to run prettier at some point on all of our changes, but we don't need index.html anymore. And I think we're surprisingly good to go. That's public is, I think let's already go to compatibility version 4. So we'll say compatibility version 4 just to get this up and running. And instead of source, we're going to make this an app directory. And I think that might be it. Let's give it a try. I don't prefer double quotes. I prefer single quotes. But this particular project is configured to use, to prefer double quotes. So I'm just respecting whatever they have got going. They have double quotes and semicolons. Oops, not that. Oh, right, Vite plugin PWA, that's the other thing. We installed it, I think, but we might need to configure it. So previously we had in our Vite config, interesting. It's just renamed, right? Previously we had in our Vite config, what did we have? These options. So we might need to configure that in our Nuxt config. So what is it going to be? PWA. And we might have those as options. Yeah, it seems so. So it seems like I can just copy and paste them across, which is great. Excellent. Okay, so that is positive. And let's update our package JSON to me nuxt dev And build is going to be nuxt generate, and serve will be nuxt preview. Excellent. Okay, and I think we can get rid of some of these dependencies specifically. So Vite is no longer referenced. Vite plugin PW doesn't need to be separately installed. I don't think Workbox window does either. I think we can drop auto prefix to post CSS separately. View use head also doesn't need to be installed, nor Vite plugin view. Not going to touch the types. Don't need to install view separately. View demi, why is that being installed? I think we can drop that. We can drop Pinia as a separate install maybe. Or not. I think most of these I wouldn't want to get in the way of. Okay, let's just rerun our installs. Okay. Overall, I would imagine, yeah, we've added more stuff than we got rid of. Okay, let's see. Let's run the dev server. Oh, we do need to install it. Okay, so we should actually have view and use head. I guess. Try again. And yes, we should make it use nuxt fonts. Oh, maybe. It's unclear to me because the part of the point of the fonts is that they work like they let the user pick them like this. But maybe, like I don't know how much control Casper wants to have over them. But yeah, we have, like, just to be super clear, like we have got a fully functional app up here and running using nuxt. So, well, let's mark that as a thing, as a change. So we're going to say or refactor maybe, convert project to use nuxt. And let's deploy it, or let's preview it anyway. So, ooh, what happened? Something happened. Okay, what happened? Something weird. Didn't happen before, so it might have been related to me removing some dependency, which I guess is probably what it was. Let's see what I've removed. We removed view demi. Okay, let's put that back in. And workbox window we might need as well. Okay, this is doing in window content. What is window content trying to do? Why would this not be working? So it's saying there's an issue with create element. Oh, well, this is trying to access a container width, which obviously doesn't make sense in a It doesn't make sense in like on the server, right? So that's probably what this is. So Mert is saying I should check the editor, which is where the shiki is coming from. It might be that. It might be that. But like this is the, yeah, you're right. Editor is actually the, yeah, it is editor. Why did I not see that before? Okay, so it's editor 254, which is, no, I don't think that is accurate. Okay, what might be referenced here? Let's see. We have got these transformer keys. We're doing a watch, but it's the computed value, I think, that is the issue. The good news is, oh, Jonas, nice to see you. Oh, Jonas. The good news is, inner padding in the store somehow. Yeah, the good news is we can easily make this client only by adding .client here, which would basically, hopefully, like if that's the issue, if it's just the issue with the editor. More stuff. Okay, slider alt, CSS. We'll say if import matter client and, okay, are we back? We're back. Stuff's good. Okay, so we made a couple of small changes to make the editor only on, beautiful, which makes sense. Like you don't want to SSR that. Let's just check. We might have some hydration errors. Yes, we do indeed. Okay, so what are we having here? Hydration style must match on window resizer. Okay, makes sense that might be also a client related thing. Let's just say that this is a client only one as well. That's going to be window. Try window resizer. Oh, well, I'll just check what it might be. Where are we referencing stuff? With this store that we're talking about. Oops. What is in this store? Okay. So it's the style of the window resizer. We have the style bound. Oh, it's because everything is coming from the store, and the store is local storage. It's not set in. Hey, Sandros, nice to see you. The rewrite is great. So like it's working beautifully, but I'm just wanting to prevent some hydration mismatches on various situations where we have, and basically this is going to be true with almost everything where we have local storage as the source of our style bindings. So, and it seems that this is pretty constant throughout the project. So there are two options here. One is, so a .client suffixed file will basically only be loaded in the client. It won't be in the server build. Instead, we generate a server stub that will be rendered and avoids hydration mismatches and basically handles only loading it after the app is hydrated. Okay, so this is use storage, which I guess is this option in. Are there more options? Yeah. Okay. So that is. Where are we calling the store? Lots of places. So, like our options are, like the best practice here would be to try and figure out what bits of this load and what, like, no matter what, and what bits don't load. So this is Safari even, that would even cause a hydration mismatch because it will, in Safari, because it's not Safari on the server, but it will be on the browser. So if I open Safari, this will probably break totally. or rather there's a hydration mismatch, I guess. So the simple thing, and I don't like it. The simple thing is basically just say SSR false, which would work, right? We won't get any more hydration mismatches. Oops. It'll be fine, right? It'll be the current behavior, I guess. But I would ultimately like to do stuff like I want to load. So what I would want to say is something like not if, but basically the show. So that's not going to cause a hydration mismatch, I think. This is SSG. SSR is not related to whether you're generating the site or not. SSR is only related to what you're returning in the HTML payload. SSG is just whether or not it's generated in advance. So here you see we basically have an empty div here. That's what SSR false means. Yeah, we could use cookies. That would be possible. It's not going to handle the is Safari thing. So I think what we would want to do basically is to stick a client only around this, which will mean that that can be inserted on client side only. So if we were to load that, it would look like this. It's not loading. Why is it not? Interesting. Maybe because there is still a hydration issue. This can be a data allow mismatch. But yeah, there's a lot more stuff. Okay, what is this? This is frame background. And this, yeah, we are adding classes based on, okay, basically all of this, most of this is related to the store. And you're right that the store being local storage based is the issue. Setting it in cookies would be fine. Well, yeah, Safari does seem to work, right? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it's the, I don't know what might not be working. Oh, this is also something we should probably fix. So here, where it talks about umami, I think we should handle it not existing. It doesn't exist locally, and it might not exist. There we go. That's weird. Where is umami used? Else. Oh, I see. It window. Okay. So Safari doesn't support, I think, the copying, because you can copy like in it's very nice. You can actually just directly copy it like that, which is very cool. Interestingly, I'm not sure why that's, oh no, we have to select it. Maybe Safari does support that. So if we just copy image, yeah, it seems to work fine. Cool. So, oh, it is there. It's down here though. Okay, so that's fine. It is displaying. So the client only thing is working. Great. There are some other issues which I guess we can handle, and we also need to make umami, I think, cross-origin compatible. So we have umami, and we want to say cross-origin should be use credentials, maybe. I don't know if that's the browser blocking it or whether it is genuinely blocked. We did this recently with nuxt.com. And what did we do there? We had cross-origin false, right, okay. Yeah, okay. So that solved that. But yeah, we still have some of these hydration mismatches. So the popper, a lot of these things. So I think probably for now we want to basically just set this to be SSR false, which is a very good use case for nuxt. Okay, so I think it feels nice. We're up and running. We've fixed a few issues we might otherwise have encountered. And I think we might be good to make a PR. And at least deploy it and have a look. So let's try generating it and previewing it. Oh, we have some type issues. Oh, that is not a big deal. So we just need to import type. Let's try it. Okay. Let's fix some type issues. Right. The easy ones are just import type like this. And we're good to go. I feel there must be a way to get ESLint or something to fix these for me, but I think this is because nuxt is a little bit stricter out of the box. And so we might need to handle that. The only issue is I'm not sure there is ESLint in this project. And I'm reluctant to do too much to change the because people have preferences for reasons. Import preset card. love Antfu's config. It's great. I don't agree with everything, but honestly, it's not worth, like, the value of it being there is so significant. Okay, so I think we're just going to make one more change. So the reason, so most of these issues are to do with a strictness setting in TypeScript, which is no unchecked index access, which is fine if you're starting that way, but it's clearly not if you don't go. Okay, just two more. So we have type and preset. Beautiful. Okay, so we've fixed all of the type issues. There's a fair number of them. And let's try building it one more time. Oh, glob pattern. Oh, okay. So we've got some, I mean, obviously working this here as the expert, but what is our PWA option? Because okay, what's it complaining about? It's looking for this. Okay, that is correct, right? Yes. Oh, it's not finding any payloads? Maybe. But why is it throwing an error for that? I think why is it throwing an error? Is that something I can configure? So what payload? No. Oh, it's fine. It did build. It just gave a warning. Okay. So we're going to, what is it? Serve. Great. Is it going to work? Oh, I guess it is. And okay, that was some workbox saying a non-precached URL, but it seems it's working fine, I guess. Let's just have a look at our application state. Let's try opening Chrome and running a Lighthouse. Oh, I guess we can run one here. Okay. Performance, best practices, SEO. Let's give it a go. Cool. Okay, so we want to investigate accessibility, which is probably issues anyway. I'm just going to do a quick test for actual chalk.ist to see. I want to make sure we haven't introduced any issues in the migration. Yeah, safe node. It's true. Okay, so this is better, but this is because it's deployed. So it's got stuff like we have unused CSS, which might not technically be unused, but okay, let's compare the two of these. So they'll be different because one is local. I'm interested in numbers. So JavaScript, interestingly, this is less JavaScript that's unused. but about the same JavaScript. So 275 to 268. So the difference in JavaScript is negligible. CSS is 56K versus, whoa, oh, sorry, CSS 55.9, 56.5, so basically the same. Probably just some differences in how it's configured. And the static assets are because we're previewing it locally. Okay. I'm not unhappy with that. I mean, I would make it better, but it's not. This isn't Nuxt related. This is just, you know, the nature of the site. Okay, so let's do it. Let's open up a PR and see. So that is, I think we're sort of fully in at, how long was that? Just an hour. But we obviously have, we had this up and running in half an hour. So, okay, let's go for it. Oops. Right, app. I think we could actually set that okay. Everything else has been moved. Cool. Okay, this seems great. Preliminary migration of the site to use nuxt. Comparison of JS CSS suggests negligible change. I've made this SSR false for now, as a lot of the implementation relies on local storage, which obviously would produce hydration mismatches. We could instead render a shell on the server and skeleton loading state for all the bits of the UI that are dependent on local storage. I've also kept the, what have I kept? I've kept the nuxt generate as the command, but we could, no, actually, but I'd be happy to set this up to be hybrid, pre-rendered homepage, but support for server routes. It would be just a couple of lines change. Hey, Ronnie. Okay, there we go. Dum, 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 dum. Good. So basically no change to the content, just nuxt config and deletion of like vite config. Yeah. Okay, amazing. We've done it. Anything else? What should we do? What's next? Are people feeling we should do something else? Something next? Because we totally could. We could try, yeah, we could try nuxt fonts or something like that. So at the moment we're using font source, right? So we're using font source, and I think we could very, very straightforwardly let's try. Let's just see what happens. Fonts. Sideways nuxt auth, good to use. Yeah, I think it's good to use. Well, obviously, I'm glad it's easy, but also, I mean, I do realize I also know my way around. But I hope it's straightforward to migrate stuff to it. Okay, do we refer to font family anywhere? This is a bit of an issue because we vbind it, and so we wouldn't actually know. And Nuxt fonts might not be able to tell. Yes, Nuxt fonts does support Google Fonts. Nuxt fonts under the hood supports quite a lot of options. There is Bunny, Font Source, Font Share, Google Fonts, Google Icon Fonts, Adobe, local. So the answer, Patrick, is I've not used Sidebase auth, and I mean I can't really comment on it, but I mean it's a maintained project from the community, so that tends to be a very positive thing. It's got active maintenance. Okay, so should we do that? Okay, so we basically have the whole font family is computed. I think we could do this in a different way, right? Okay, so we have, so basically what we would want is to say several things. One is we obviously want more than 400 and 700. So it look, and also we have Geistmann, interesting. And Nova. How is that being pulled in? Yeah, I don't think we're going to change this for now because there's some custom stuff going on, but it should be possible. I just don't see. It might not be the best. So chalk.ist. So like the thing that's probably going to be the next auth module is nuxt auth utils from Sebastian, which you can already use. So this. Go use it. It is there for you. What are we saying? Chalk.ist is this. It is a beautiful source code formatting thing that lets you make beautiful images of your code. So it's very cool. Esteban, nice to see you. Okay, I don't think there's a lot more to do there, even with nuxt fonts as an option. I guess I would, what else would I, ooh, that's probably, oh, people have already hearted it. People, yeah, authorization required. So that will just require, oh, there's no way I can do that. Yeah, that can't be, I'm not authorized. Yes, auth.js dev, There's better auth as well. There's lots of options. I actually just tweeted about this last night. This, if it's of use. Anyone on Blue Sky, by the way? Lots of good stuff there. Okay, so, well, it doesn't hurt. One of the things that you're not missing out at any point, because some people have this sort of B-Sky social, but actually you can bring your own domain, like this dev domain there, for example. And I have my own, or Cloudflare has its own domain. So you can bring your own domain, which means there's no worry that your handle is going to be taken or something like that. Well, how do they're very different in terms of feel. I mean, I love Mastodon. It feels to me like Blue Sky right now is more active. So more people around. This isn't my elk. I use the Edge channel, like the day release main.elk.zone. So it is like, it's great. I love it. And I wish more people would use Mastodon. I guess that's the thing. But it really does very much depend on what people use. So for me, it's, and I think one of the key things, the reason people are going to Blue Sky right now is because of moderation and options to block people, so people can feel safe on social media. Whereas I'm not sure Mastodon is quite so good about that. So it's interesting. Okay, let's see. I might do. Okay, anyone have any bugs that you would like me to fix? Tell me, if so, and I will investigate / fix them. Maybe, if possible. Real-time connection. What real-time connection? Do you mean my website? Or do you mean this? I see, Esteban, you have the same. This is on my website. It's a WebSocket connection. So every website, everyone who joins the website has a WebSocket connection, and this just tells you the number of simultaneous WebSocket connections that there are. So if everyone goes here, this number should increase. And actually, what I originally added it with the idea of being able to say when I was streaming, so that it would go red and be like, click here to join the stream. But I never implemented that. So yeah, it's pinging up, right? Because people are joining. Cool. That's fun, right? And I'm assuming if people close it, it will go down. But I don't know. If you just drop the WebSocket connection, it might take a minute or so to drop as far as the server is concerned. Oh yes, maybe we should finish off the Vue 3. Oh wait, no, you're pointing to something else. Woof, do you mean this? Null? Ah. Yeah, it should increase and decrease if people close and leave it. I hope it should decrease. That would be hilarious if it got bigger and bigger as more people joined. That would be incredible. So Dansu, nice to see you. Okay, yeah, so I was doing, and this was what I was streaming about the other day, was the view, uh, where is it? This. Add support for Vue using unplugin. And we're almost there. There's an issue of type safety and tests, basically. And that is all we really need to do. Abel, I do stream on Twitch, so I actually cross stream. So you should be able to see me on Twitch, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and YouTube, and Algora. Now, which is probably a lot of places that you don't. And the idea is hopefully that they should all. Oh yeah, there's something wrong with it. Ah. That's interesting. I wonder what the issue is there. So, why is that? That's weird. I wonder if GitHub is. No, it's now fine. There was an issue, but it is now fine. Twitter? You want me to say Twitter? Hello, nice to see you, Russell. And Mango. Validate the nuxt config. I don't know what you mean, but I'm sure there is possible to do that. Let me just see what I can do on the on this here, the types, because this is going to be a tricky one. But I'm going to go and grab another cup of tea because I am out. So if people want to have a thought about if there's something else that would be helpful to do, you have a sort of think, and I will come back with tea and we can discuss and do some more stuff. But yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. See you then. And I am back. Right. Yes, no ads. Oh, you're talking. You're doing loads of stuff. Okay, so build a mini game web app. Cool. You can use yes. Dino 2 crush. Interesting. Party get image loading by CSP. Ah, that's why. That makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't even think about it. Okay. And Eduardo, nice to see you. Learner. Yes. Yes. Okay. Right. We're back. I think I'm on top of things. Fishy, nice to see you. So I have in mind to finish off this PR if I can. I don't actually know how to do it, the last bit, but we can try it. And it's not bad practice to add stuff to the nuxt payload. That is totally what it is there for. So yeah, I feel that's good. Right, what do we need to do? Yes, we can expose that. So that is a straightforward thing to add another subpath exports. So we basically just have this. Like this. And Vite, I'm going to drop this. Cool. And so we then just create this here. Vite. And we add the build config, and we also add Vite in this here. And then we export and Sebastian is suggesting a default. So export nuxt UI plugin.vite. Seems good. Cool. I think that should be good. So say build add Vite subpath, and then in our view playground we can actually just use it like this. And let's try that. Luke, hello. Oh yeah, sorry, you were hearting back my answer. Yeah, soon I think we'll be able to use Partytown built into Nitro, which will be very, very nice. Cool. So this is working fine, I think. Good. Great. Okay, so we're just going to say add Vite subpath. Oops. And we're going to merge in the latest changes from main. And now we need to update the types. Now there's something that I haven't quite figured out. That's so kind of you, learner. And so you can also check out this blog article that I wrote, which might point you in the right kind of direction, but it's okay. So right, I think, have we done this? No, have we? No, there's still an issue of types basically. So okay, type safety for component props. So right now, I think, if I open this demo project that I created, this nuxt UI view thing, and pull. Oh, right, there's some. Oh, no, it's it should be git merge origin v3, I think. Okay, so basically this is our test project, and we have an issue, which is that our types are not well typed. So we have let's see, this is just voila, or a VS Code issue, where you have to restart VS Code the first time you open a view file. Crazy. Okay, but here we are. So we have got some types, but not others. So uAvatarGroup does take me here, but our props, I think it's dependent on avatar group variants, and so it's not. So do I have typings for Max? I guess. Yes, I do. I have a typing for Max, which is fine. So I can't just say. Wait a second. Oh, number or string. I can't just pass true. So there is some type safety, but I also need to be able to do stuff like pass a size. But this is dependent on these particular options, like imports, and they are not valid import. Like TypeScript doesn't know about them in a Vue project. TypeScript knows about them in a nuxt project because they are defined in that case. But here they're not. So so basically, I want to see what that looks like. Okay, this is avatar group. So in here, actually in the Nuxt UI, we've got, I also have to reload this. Okay, so the thing is these variants that are provided are partly config related. So they have to be inserted by the user, like the user is able to configure them. So, I mean, we can, well, okay, so what is our avatar group thing? So we have our templates here, and this is where we write the config. So the what we do is let's just have a look, see what we do. We've got some types, and okay, so these are the kinds of types that we have got. And this is then extracted by the, okay, so I think here's one option. No, there's not. No, exactly. That's what we're working on. So we need somehow to have the types work when it isn't a Nuxt project. So, okay, so how are we going to do that? So like one is we do have all these types here. So I wonder if we could do this. Let's see if this works. Okay, so I'm going to copy all of those across. Where am I? Code nuxt UI dot nuxt. nuxt. Okay, we're going to copy that into node modules. I'm doing this because I want to be in a project which doesn't have any of the types leaking. And we're going to copy this into nuxt UI. Okay. And now I'm going to open nuxt UI package.json, and we're going to define a subpath import. And see, I actually don't know whether this will work or not. Do I already have one? Okay. So we're going to say this build UI is going to match .nuxt UI. Okay. Reload. This might not work. Like, the odds are it's not going to work. But okay, why is it not working? Subpath imports. Okay, so we basically can do stuff like that. Oh, okay, and that makes sense. What are we importing from? Avatar group. So we would want to do like .ts. Build UI. And we do have a .nuxt, right? We have a .nuxt UI and then a .ts file. And right, that should work, right? Let me just be very specific about this. Okay, let's say I want to handle this, and that should point to avatar group .ts. Let's change it even further and say that I want to have oh, interesting. I'm not sure I was opening the right file. Okay, so opening this one. I have to restart it again. Yes, it works. Okay, and if I say now, let's make it the more general pattern. Still working? It is working. Okay, this is very, 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 very good. This is excellent. This is very good news. This makes my life much easier. So this should mean now that I should be able from here to use avatar group and have type safety for size, right? So I should be able to get some options. Yes! Okay, this is so good. This is so good. Okay, this is really excellent because this means we can have type safety for users without needing to, oh, this is excellent. Okay, so what we're going to want to do, therefore, is update our package.json with exactly that pattern. And there we go. And then we're going to want to bundle this as part of our build. So we simply need to say that .nuxt.ui is part. And then, I mean, that's going to give us type safety for what we that's going to give us type safety like as of build time. But the question is, do we need to update this? So let's see, like as in at runtime. So basically do something like okay, so we actually have some stuff here that we might even be able to use. So we basically have colors Where is this? Interface. Where is it? Here. Okay, and actually what we were doing is importing Stars UI from build UI. It's probably not going to work because of the it works. Cool. So then we can actually have what can we have? This. Okay, so now we have, I think, more types. Oh, we need deep partial. So we're going to pull that in from runtime types utils. So now we should have, yes, we've got more options. Okay, this is so good. This is so good. I'm really pleased. Okay, so that's better type hinting. And now we also might be able to, no, I'm not sure we can. Okay, what else will we want to do? Thanks for following me, by the way. Okay, so as Citro, you want to import nuxt image from hash components. It is my cat. If you hear her, she is wanting to be petted and she has started mewing. So that's the reality. Okay, so I think this is feeling good for the options, and yeah, she is only just woken. So fix support stub types for components. Okay, I think we can obviously improve that, but I think that is a very, very, very good start. As long as it still works, because there's always the possibility that this will interfere with runtime code. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Where's this coming from? Why is that? Oh, is it because I'm importing from here? No. What's the issue? Oh. Oh, none of this should be. Hello. I'm afraid we have no choice, everyone. We have to pet the cat. Right. This isn't running, and I'm guessing it's because of this, right? So let's just change that and see if that makes a difference. No. What else have I changed here? That's weird. Okay, so it's not related to that. It might be related to the previous change that I made, which was, yes, okay, that failed with the addition of with the Vite subpath. So that's the issue. So, oh, there you go. Hey Noonie, nice to see you. And Dan, what a pleasure. Hi. Okay, so something I did here broke this. Weird. Well, at least I can revert those, and hopefully it will work. And we have to figure out why, like what the issue might be. I mean, I can't actually do anything. Like that's more a theoretical comment. So let's just change the playground for now and say we're going to import this from unplugin, and we're going to do ui.vite. Wait a second. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Also failed. Oh, I think the issue might just be I need to install the dependencies. No, it can't be, because it is definitely failing in CI. Okay, this is crazy. So, dev prepare maybe. So this was working fine until I either merged the branch or added the subpath. So let's just see if I can figure out what that is. So weird. Okay. Let's go back in time. So, okay, so we basically have this. So let's check that out. And let's see if that works. Seems fine, right? Or wait, maybe. Oh, somehow I've lost the branch. No, I want to zoom back to previous. Cool. Quickly, I'm going to zoom into chalk.ist and make the changes. So include assets. Cool. And we'll disable payload extraction, which you're absolutely right, we should do in nuxt. Cool. Right, so I'm back to nuxt UI. Here. So this, we need to check the previous commit. And let's see where the issue came from. So if I check this out, I would, oops. Okay, I would expect us to be able to run the dev server. I might need to prepare the environment first, but yeah, it's working. Okay, so now let's just cherry pick on the last commit I made to see whether it's coming from that commit or from the merge. So if I do this, also fine. Okay, so there's a problem with what we've merged is obviously an issue. And so something in this merge commit broke us. So probably not the docs. None of this seems to be break worthy. It's just the nuxt UI Pro change. Okay, so it's unclear to me why that would cause the issue. But this is working with this version. So if I then check that out, what is the error here? I'm guessing the same one. Ah, interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder if it's simply some kind of dependency issue. Maybe not. Hey, thank you. You are very kind. My mic and camera are out of sync. That's weird. Is that true for anyone else? Why? What did it actually end up doing to this file? Let's just try this again. This is so weird. It's also a very, very strange, very bad error message. But Yeah, there's some good providers for super simple analytics. Stuff like Plausible. Hey, website design. Hopefully I have got some audio. I may just be sitting there looking at something where it's like, I can't figure out why this is coming out. So, okay, so we're basically, what I'm going to do is take this one step at a time. So I'm going to remove like okay. We have this, which is our most recent change, and now we're just going to remove some code. So we're going to undo, step back that commit, and then step back the merge as well, and then just confirm that stuff works. Hopefully that's going to work. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's great. Now let's cherry pick this. Let's try it again. I do not make any income from chalk.ist. It is not my project. Okay, so that makes sense. So it is that commit that is causing this particular set of issues. So we basically now need to have, now it's trying to resolve imports and build app config from there as well. So, well, we could probably do that. So we can actually say, and we could also do imports even. And that is going to be dist runtime view stubs, I think. And can we try that again? Hey, human. I'm well. It's been a good day. It's fun to convert stuff to from. Oh dear, where's that coming from? Oh, that's coming from the file. It's coming from that file. Do we have a stub we can use? Wait, no, this is the stubs. No, that's the stubs for the, let's try making something for app config. For goodness sake. Okay. Is that what I called it? Yeah. You saw the post? The post? What post? Ah, and that's why you're here. And Hugo, thank you. Oh, what's going on? Colors. Oh, yeah. It's because now it's resolving everything wrongly. Yikes. I have opened a can of worms, is what I've done. Because now I've basically removed the app config, which we need. Like, this is required for the app. And it looks like I've also removed a few more things. yeah, we need app config, and this needs to be defined. It shouldn't be opening it out from here. Really, I shouldn't have this at all. Shouldn't need this at all. So the issue presumably is that whatever is doing this, hey, product dev book, nice to see you. 400 people. I don't believe 400 people are watching on Twitter. I think that seems to me, it's probably bad numbers. Mega can with mega worm. Yes, that is what I have opened. That is definitely what I've opened. Okay, so this is a pre-transform error. So I somehow need to say to Vite, not to do this, right? How long have I been a streamer? I think I've probably streamed for a year and a half, something like that. Or it's trying to find these import specifiers, and this is ES build, right? That's doing that. Is there a way I can maybe, instead of setting this to be just all the TypeScript files, I'll just say types and try that. And maybe that will stop it from actually looking it up. No. And just to be clear, if I get rid of this, does it work? Oh, I wonder. No. The issue isn't that. The issue is the fact that I'm now importing from it in my entry, I think. No. This is a problem. Very strange. Okay, this is very weird. So I will have a look. Okay, Vite. Let's see. So, so why? Okay, what is going on here? Let's see what happens if I make that change in Vite config. Might not be. Okay, so if I basically say like build build app config. Oh, and that's coming from navigation menu because we are importing it there, right? So the issue is, okay, the issue is, let's just see if that makes any difference. No, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so let's see if the issue is when the unplugin is running. Maybe it's not running early enough. So we are at some point trying to resolve build app config in here. And maybe this just needs to enforce pre. Let's give that a try. Okay. I think we're not seeing a build app config thing anymore. So we then need to resolve, let's just check. So imports. Okay, so we now need the nuxt environment here. Again, we're going to enforce pre. Okay. And we'll handle, and we might actually just say it's for the resolve ID hook that we need to do that. So enforce pre and handler, and then it's an object. So let's try that. What is this? Order? Oh. I have to confirm that this will actually work. It might break the transform, but that would be fine. We can split it into two plugins. But basically this, let's try that. Okay, so we're I think now not getting the error for those two, the imports and the app config. So it's just the build UI. But that's fine because that's templates. So this is also good. We'll do enforce pre there as well. Let's try this. Yes. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Great. So basically these changes, we don't need any changes to the feed config, and we basically just need to ensure that any plugin that's doing resolution is doing the resolution early enough. So let's try this one more time. Fix, ensure we resolve modules our IDs first. Cool. Great. So now we'll pull. There we go. And now we can push. That might not work because this also had an error building, but that build was, let's see if we can build. Yeah, can't resolve import build UI. Okay, so we probably need to have a very specific build UI to be nuxt UI index. Oh, no. No, we need to do instead build config and have an external. Like that. Okay, that is correct. And then we now need to solve this issue, which is to do with, are we importing somewhere? No. Okay, it is working fine. So I think I would go with Vue. I would say Vue is a good choice. It goes just as advanced as React, but the entry level is really straightforward. So with a Vue file, this is what a Vue file looks like. you have a bit of template, which is basically HTML. H1, it's going to apply, but any other H1s on the page, it won't, just this component. That's a super straightforward way to dive in, right? I think I really like it. I think it feels good. And then you can, I mean, this is just normal HTML. You could even just put any HTML in here. So I would give Vue a try, and I think you'll like it. Oh right, I need to push those two changes as well. The next thing we need to do on the project, well, not the next thing. If this type change works, we also need to remove the nuxt link props requirement, and then we also need to add tests, which I think is a very clear, straightforward. I am glad, human. Nice. Okay. Right. Where are we down here? Right. What are we going to do? We're going to no, we haven't gotten to the build yet. Okay, let's add some tests. Now there are very few tests in here.